I welcome you all the participants, and Mr. Vijay Kumar, Senior Vice President and CTO at ESRI, for this webinar on GeoAI and Future Prospects. I'm very proud to introduce a speaker, esteemed speaker today, who has more than 35 years of experience in industry and academia, and he has contributed towards evolving solutions in business problems and society at large. He is passionate about business and social challenges using technologies including mapping, remote sensing, special 2D and 3D analytics, data science, machine learning, AI, big data, and real-time analytics. Sir is instrumental in conceptualizing and designing, implementing enterprise location platform across various industry sectors globally. He has helped large organizations in creating the roadmap, the organizational roadmap and location strategy. He's passionate about business transformation by redefining and executing long-term vision to transform the business outcomes. He's a corporate member of IEEE, a life member of Indian Society of Remote Sensing. Sir, we are very happy that you are here, and we are really eagerly waiting for your session. So once again, I welcome you, and over to you for the session, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you indeed. And I would like to thank Symbiosis for inviting me. And thank you, everyone, all participants, for joining and, to attend this session. So thank you very much indeed. For today's session, I thought to, capture that how AI is trending, and how geospatial community is adopting AI. So GeoAI is definitely one aspect, but I will also cover actually the second part, which is Gen AI. So as Esri, we are working on both sides, GeoAI and Gen AI, because AI is trending very fast. It's every day is changing, right? There are new developments. All of us are aware. So if any one of you have attended this, there is a India AI summit happening in New Delhi, in Bharat Mandapam. So there are lots of new things happening, lots of new sessions and new discussions. So government of India is also adopting AI very, very fast. And government vision is to see that how AI or GeoAI or, entire AI, how this can be harnessed in each and every department, each and every workflow. So I think it's a major potential, not only in India, but everywhere in the globe. We see that every country is investing heavily in this domain, in this technology, and trying to see that how everyone can harness this technology, AI capabilities in various workflows to optimize, to get performance, and to do various, aspects. So I'll cover, primarily from this perspective today. So I think we are aware about this, right? That how AI typically getting defined. So if you see, I think we are aware, all of us, that AI is a larger circle, and there is a machine learning part, ML part. I think some of you have studied also, and there is a deep learning part which actually comes in picture. Similarly, when we talk about GIS, there is a large circle of geography, and then GIS, and which probably both the circles integrate, and there is a common space which is GeoAI. But believe me, GeoAI is only a small piece, but there are larger piece of AI, entire right side circle, which can be harnessed within this GIS ecosystem. So for all of us today, all of geospatial specialists and all the people who are here, so this is a great opportunity to learn about GeoAI, and not only that, but learn about AI, that how we can harness this AI within the geospatial domain overall. So this can be really great. Just 1 second. I'm getting a phone, I believe. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm getting a phone. So I thought,
Yes,
okay, Dr. Sandeepan was calling me. Okay. So now, developing insight from a variety of sources. Now, when we talk about GeoAI primarily, I would like to start from there. So there are multi type of data sets. It is not just aerial imagery. Many of us think that it's only high resolution imagery, which typically can be input. But these days, all sort of data sets, what we know, whether it is oblique imagery or aerial imagery or radar data or lidar data or even network data. In GIS we have lots of network data, or you have various other data sets, text and audio, right? In GIS these days we capture text and audio also in many use cases, many examples. So all these data sets can be actually multimodal, and this can be used to harness the outputs. So this is quite interesting. Now, what is possible? Just to see that, as I mentioned, all this left side, if you see all this type of data sets, imagery or lidar or point cloud or full motion video or 3D or unstructured data also. See, many time what happen, user have data sets in various unstructured format, documents and PDFs and XLCs and various data tables and wherever it is. So those data set also can be harnessed within the same use cases. Then vector data, tabular data. So all those, and then primarily what you can do, extracting data, this categorizing into two aspects. So where computer vision or on imagery and 3D and video data works, or NLP, natural language processing on unstructured data sets. So these are fundamentally two aspects of how we extract data, in GUI. And then not only extracting, then analyzing data. So analyzing data means you do machine learning and deep learning on various data sets, vector, tabular, or time series, whatever data you have. So these two aspects actually give a lot of value proposition when we see the outcome. So GUI extract information from user. How now, if we talk about the first component, how to extract information, how this model works. So typically, this is just a very simple, diagram which will make you understand fast that if you see, this is typically, these four verticals, four if you see four columns. So these four columns, you have left column if you see pixel classification. How deep learning is actually applied in this domain. So we understand pixels, right? Pixels are basically dots, right? So pixel classification. So if you classify the pixel based on various pixel values, then this happens on the left side column. So you can identify various different land use, land cover, where you can identify various type of surfaces based on pixel values. That is pixel classification. Then one important aspect happens is object detection, the second column. The object detection is that you typically have objects and you encircle that object. Okay, yes, this is a tree, this is a car, this is a different aspects. Or you similarly you do instance segmentation. Segmentation is primarily, okay, this is a building, this is a red object, this is a red building, this is a green building. All these kind of things you can do directly, segmentation. And then you have other use cases like you identify when you do image classification. You identify in GIS specificity, you identify, let's say you have a disaster management applications where any disaster happens, and then you want to identify automatically using deep learning that show me the damaged house in this city. Then rather than getting into manual classification, deep learning can help a lot, and many customers are using it. We have implemented this in to many customers in India in last 1 year. So very interesting use cases. These are just examples. We can take more examples in coming slides. So why deep learning in imagery? So finding things in imagery faster and more accurate and at a scale. See, in imagery, even with naked eye, we can see many things, right? But why we are talking deep learning? Deep learning is the key driving factor is the speed, the volume, and the velocity, right? So at a scale, if you want to do entire city, entire town, entire district, entire country, so we can do it. So for example, I'll give you an example. We have done on a supercomputer. We have done for entire world imagery. We have done 10 meter by 10 meter land use land cover, for entire world. And then we had lots of samples, millions of samples, and we did all that processes. So entire world was processed, entire world imagery. So you can see the scale that is possible today. So now accuracy, of course, accuracy is there. Deep learning is almost achieving human level performance. That's the point actually I was mentioning, that as human naked eye, we can also identify that this is which what tree, this is a damaged house. But when you talk about the scale, millions of kilometers, square kilometers, and you want faster results, so then you can achieve those kind of accuracy also with this computing. That's the power of deep learning. Then speed, I talked about speed already. So today hardware is available. I mean, the processing power is so high for data centers and for infrastructure that we can do many things. So we have powerful GPUs available easily. It's not difficult today, which was very difficult 10 years back. So it's very easy now. Scale I talked. So you can do at a scale, a very large area very fast, depending on area, depending on size of image, depending on resolution, depending on what object you want to find out. Then you need the compute power. But this is becoming quite easy now, very very easy. So when we talk about GeoAI imagery, so if you see this slide, this is very interesting slide. If you see on the left side, 3D scenes, motion imagery, 3D point cloud. I think many of you have been working in lidar data also. So that is also actually quite useful when we talk about this use case. Overhead imageries, you have time series data. Time series data is also important. I want to find out that what happens to typically what is the change detection, right, between this time period and this time period, right? All those things can be done. If you have climate data around area and you want to integrate the crop data sets, so all those things are possible today using deep learning. Now, then field image, of course. What happened many times, we were, working on one use case where farmers takes picture, photograph with mobile of a crop. Then, it goes in the system and database, and system identify that whether what pesticide is required, what is the disease. So all that then integrated in GIS, and all the patterns are detected, very well. So this is becoming very interesting use case, for many domains. Now, typically, if you see the step-by-step GUI process workflow, right? I'm not sure how many of you already have learned and already have processed, but this is a basic, these are basic steps. You have image management, where whatever input image you are taking, then you label it. In machine learning, deep learning, labeling is also very very important, step. So you label it, and if you label it correct, then results are better. If you label it wrong, then you will get some, not that accurate result. So accurate labeling is very very important. So all these jobs are being done by actually various people: geospatial engineer, data annotator, scientist, scientist, and GIS domain experts, AI experts. So various people play part in this process entirely. So data preparation after that, then you have model. So there are various deep learning model available in the market also. And what we have also done, interestingly, in ESRI, we have published around 100 plus models, deep learning models, and we made those models open and free. I will talk about that, if you have not seen that site, that how all of you can download those deep learning models freely, and then modify those models, retrain those models, and start using those models for different purposes. And then you inference, then you do post processing, and then you share various insights with everyone. So various kind of aspects can be actually done here in this platform easily. Now, when we talk about these AI models, so let me just talk about that model for how this are categorized. So there are two kind of model. One is pre-trained AI models. So those models are trained on certain aspects. So those are sometime what happen. There are task specific pre-trained model. For example, I want to do a deep learning model to extract building footprint, or I want to do a deep learning model to find out changes. So these are task specific pre-trained model. It means the model is trained for a specific task. I want to delineate water body. I want to find out some specific object. So these are task specific pre-trained model. This is one category. And second category is, if you see, generalized pre-trained model. Generalized. For example, if you see in Arja's platform, what we are doing, we are taking all these, available models, whatever is actually happening, and then imbibing those, ingesting those, and integrating those things so that, GIS specialists also GeoAI engineer can harness all those benefits. So what happened? That one model, many application. That's also a very interesting concept. So one model, you say, okay, show me water, show me tree, show me house. So you just type that, and then the model actually works on various parameters. So these are generalized pre-trained model. One was, the last I talked about the task specific, and these are generalized. So these are two category of models are available freely now. I mean, lots of models are available, in fact, and you can also write it. It's not difficult today. This is a very open kind of a domain. No, I talked about this GeoAI, right? And we talked about different models, how these models are available, what these models can do. So these are fundamentally, we're talking about GeoAI. Now, if we move to Gen AI, so what is Gen AI? So Gen AI typically, see, if you see on the right side, you have AI and machine learning, the entire bouquet, the deep learning, and then deep learning. Within deep learning, you have generative models also. We talked about GUI model, then there are generative models, which typically identifies data structure. I mean, you can type a prompt, for example, right? And then it create content, it create an answer. I think all of us are using. We use Chat GPT, we use Gemini, and we use various models, right? Various tools. So that is actually, you are typing something, you are giving a prompt, and then it is processing inside and giving you text, pictures, audio, and video. I think most of us are using these days all this technology. So what we are doing, what we are exploring and doing also, that how these capabilities of Gen AI can be integrated to GeoAI in GIS, and then harness the benefit of both. And we have done that. I mean, today in ArcGIS, if you have used ArcGIS Pro, we have ArcGIS Pro Assistant. Assistant means you type, okay, show me the area where land cover is so much, where you have urban land use more than 50%, 20%. You can do those kind of queries today easily, on this AI assistant, which is based on Gen AI. And then GIS, within GIS system works actually together, and then give you the map output directly. It's very interesting. If you're not used, please try to use that. All of you have access to ArcGIS Pro, I'm sure. So explore that. So now coming to next, an end-to-end GUI system with pre-trained model. So I think I talked about this already, but I will again rephrase: image management, labeling, data preparation, model training. So this yellow box is pre-trained model. You're working on certain specific labels, and preparing data and training the model for specific tasks. And so this is pre-trained model, and then you do inferencing and post processing and sharing all the insights. So this eliminate actually imagery requirement for model training. See the interesting part. You don't require entire imagery for model training, right? Or labeling requirement. So I think it becomes very easy. So labeling, etc., can be done on a smaller area, on sample areas also. So entire yellow box, yellow rectangle can be done even without having the large entire data sets. That is also possible. Okay. So I think I will probably skip this demo. Let me see if there is no video audio on this, but this is kind of a. Are you able to hear the audio also?
So audio is not audible.
Yeah, audio is actually there is no audio in this. So I'm just captured this, that how this works, how we leverage remote sensing foundation models. So this is actually this is ArcGIS Pro. So I'm sure everyone has ArcGIS Pro access. And these are the published models. If you go to this, living address, I will talk about it. These are published models. How you take, tabular data, how you actually integrate that. All that actually examples are there. So I will share a couple of, links also, where all the students, all of you can actually run this and see all these, examples. So it classifies automatically, what happens, what kind of buildings are there. Then you integrate this. So it's showing solar panels. How, I mean, you just type the prompt and then it works in backend and it identifies. and then you show it to the people in dashboard. I'm sure all of you have used dashboarding capability also in ArcGIS. Okay, let me come next. So I talked about the imagery part, optical part, and how we can do GeoAI and GenAI. Now the switching gear towards lidar data. So feature extraction from lidar. So again, data pre-processing, labeling, training, inferences, all this happens. So we did a a small project and a test also on lidar data where we have lidar data for our entire railway track, right? And then we identified the entire asset, all the assets on the railway track using all these models, deep learning models. So very interesting actually example, and you can do it. There are many examples, many models available today around this also. If you see, these are typical examples. If you see utility poles and lines identification, where you have height and you want to work in XYG and you want to map assets in this domain, lidar data can help a lot. So encroaching the trees, rail assets, buildings, street lights is a good example actually. This is quite easy these days. Labeling tool, training and inferencing, pre-trained model. So this is quite easy. So in ArcGIS Living Atlas, we have many models published. So you can actually start harnessing that also, which will give you lots of good understanding. So let me see if this works also, this video. So this is actually just an example how we have taken these LiDAR data sets for a railway track.
How we can use pre-trained models in ArcGIS and deep learning.
Maybe I will switch that. It's a lengthy video. So now coming to next point, analyzing spatial data and making predictions. So this is also important aspect of when you want to take a decisions and you want to do predictions. So there also actually AI plays a very important role. So whether I'm sure as GIS expert, you might have actually worked on a couple of these things, your linear regression and various interpolation and all this. You might have worked. So all these capabilities, right? The causal inference analysis and various capabilities are there in the technology today in your hand. So you can start using this for prediction, because prediction actually makes the decision maker life very easy today, and it shows a great value. So explore that also. So my suggestion is explore these aspects, so that not only analyzing in GIS using AI deep learning, but do prediction also. When you do prediction, so it helps actually decision makers and business people to take right business decisions. Very important. So I think explore that also. There are details available also on the links, so please go through this content. Now, extracting spatial data, I talked about imagery. Now, natural language processing on unstructured data, I talked about it. That, for example, you have lots of unstructured data. So NLP, I think I suggest you also go through this in detail if you haven't gone through, because GeoAI is one, but Gen AI and NLP and those kind of areas are also emerging a lot. And when we integrate these two, this becomes a great value. So believe me, every customer today, every organization today is willing to harness both the capability together. So as a student, we should actually make our hand dirty on both sides, on both the aspects, so that our market value get increased, right? And it's very easy. It's not difficult today. Lots of examples are available online, freely, right? If you visit even our site, Esri site, or any other site also, lots of examples are available where you will find that how to use LLM, how to interference, how to integrate. All these things are available today. Very interesting. See this quick demo also, how you integrate this. So we have a capability called notebook server. I don't know how many people have used, but this is available in ArcGIS. You can also use that. So language translation is easy today. This is very easy today. I mean, you can work across any language today. You can similarly, fetch data from news articles and then, integrate in GIS. That's interesting. Very interesting stuff. You can search last, 20, 30 years, news on the internet and integrate with the location and show analytics. All this has become very, very easy. Site suitability, customer records. You can query all these records easily with AI. So very, very easy. So I request and I suggest and recommend that all of you should actually start using it and learning it. So domain specific use case examples. For example, field boundary delineation, tree counts. I talked about it. Change detection, portal detection. There can be thousands of use cases. It all use case depends on how and what we can think. Accident prediction, automatic tree count for in various domains, in government, in urban, in forest, in every domain you can start thinking that what can be done. This is not difficult to think. you know so extracting slums, this was one very good example we did for a few customers, that they would like to extract slums. So this is also quite easy today. All this can be done. Video analytics, another part which we should talk. I think all of us have seen these kind of things, answer, getting the vehicle and all that, and how you integrate those things in live dashboards, where there is a control center and live dashboards are there. This has become quite easy. Okay, now what are the emerging trends? Now coming back to this, what are the emerging trends? So AI on satellite and drone imagery, foundation models. So foundation models are very, very important to understand and learn today. So please study this and learn this. We have also given lots of information on our portals. So these are making big change. That how foundation models are being used by geospatial AI experts, and that is there are many examples. Real time analytics, IoT, right? That is also interesting. GeoAI plus LLMs. This has becoming the current ask from everyone around the world. Then 3D GIS and digital twin. These are emerging trends. People want to go for that. So if you learn those things, these things, people, your demand will increase in the market. That's what I thought to bring this year. Now, cloud scale deployment. See, in this domain, what happens that sometime, if you have this knowledge also around cloud, how you can use enterprise, how you can scale, deployments. That knowledge brings additional value. So if you see on the right side, there are various aspects, skill set, core technical skills. You need Python, JavaScript, or APIs. You need AI, ML, machine learning, deep learning, transformers, LLMs. This knowledge is required. Computer vision knowledge, object detection, segmentation. I'm sure in your course, you might be covering many of these things. But, in GIS, Geospatial, what you need to learn, right? In ArcGIS, you need to know this. And in computing, you need to know what cloud platform, how you can learn, what you can learn, and then what are the various career roles available, career opportunities available in this domain. So all this actually I thought to just capture here. Now, I also captured actually a couple of job posting which are already there. I just captured from Esri's website. So if you see on the left side, product manager AI, product engineer generative AI in ArcGIS Enterprise. See, in ArcGIS, you should know ArcGIS Enterprise and you should know Gen AI, right? Gen AI and Assistant and ArcGIS Pro. So there are various, LOD3 building. For example, you want to work in digital twin. So if I know LOD3 X building extraction, AI and optimization, jobs are available. If I know senior generative AI software developer also, many developers who have Python knowledge, who have various programming knowledge, then how they are contributing to this and how market is actually expecting. So my suggestion is, this is just a sample. If you search this, that what are the GUI jobs available, you will get the answer that what market is looking for, what skills your market is looking. And you can go through Esri website also, and then you will get all this posting. These are current postings available. Product engineer, geospatial data science, right? So if you go to read in detail, you will get to know that what skills are looking, this role is looking for, and how this is going to help you. This is going to help you to plan your actually path in next 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. That okay, I want to go into this path. So for this path, what are those 5 things I need to learn? What are those 5 things I need to experience? So I think this will help you a lot. So I just kept it here for that direction. And this slide is primarily, I mean, you can scan it also within mobile. So this site will take you to the deep learning models and actual examples. If you would like to scan, you can scan it. Yeah, and then it will take you to the link. So there are many resources. I mean, once you go to this site, you will find lots of resources available freely, and various tips and tricks and how you can learn fast, and all these are available today, freely. We have made it open. Now, I also would like to talk about this Living Atlas. I talked about this, briefly. So, what is Living Atlas? What we have done as Esri India, we have set up an India cloud in India, within India, and we have actually hosted lots of data. Now, around I think 700 plus layers today. It is adding one day by day. So, what we are doing, we are going to government department. We have gone to, for example, Survey of India, to Ministry of Rural Development, to Transportation, to Environmental Ministry, to Water Sector. We are going to GSR. Every department we are going. We are signing a letter, and we are actually taking permission to host this data on Living Atlas. Now, one of the challenges was that this data was available in different formats, and you can't use it. You have to process it. You have to sync it up. Very difficult. So what we had done, we have actually brought all this data onto Living Atlas. I'm sure many of you might have used, but if you have not, please explore this site. So you will find even high resolution satellite imagery, 30 centimeter, 50 centimeter, which is available. We update it actually every time. So I don't know how many people have used, how many of you used way back imagery. You will get even last month imagery also. Last month you can see, right? You can compare, right? So very, very interesting site. So you have entire India village boundary, census data. We have got census data, 2011, and using certain mathematical models, we have projected this data up to 2025 also, 2036 also, so that as a planner, as a GIS analyst, you can actually start using this data. And this data is so easy to embed in GIS application, into ArcGIS Pro, into WebGIS, into mobile GIS, directly as a service. So you need not to do anything. We have a backend team who is doing lots of data cleaning, data processing, data integration, syncing. Because what happened, you get boundary from Survey of India, the pin code boundary coming from Department of Post. There are a lot of mismatch. You get data from NIC, you get data from local LGD. There are lots of mismatch. So we have a dedicated team who is working, for many, many years, and they are, refining and integrating the data and hosting it on Living Atlas, and then, you can start using it. We have got 3D based map, interestingly, for India also. Start using it. Lots of POIs, places. So I was talking about this Living Atlas. If you go to Living Atlas, Esri India Living Atlas, and you type DLPK, Deep Learning Package, DLPK, you will get 110. You see 110 in the right side. So 110 models are available to you freely today. You can download for roads, for tree, for various features. You will find it. If you are not started using it, start using it. This is free for you. Wonderful. Now, one more thing. If you are not really touched, so far, we have ISRI Academy. So this is again, lots of training courses are free. If you see this on the left side, bottom left, 480 courses, free for you, right? So if you are learning GIS from day one, getting started, you want to learn ArcGIS product, you want to learn data management, mapping, data science, deep learning, or mobile GIS, or Python coding, or whatever, 3D or 2D, all these courses are available to you. So very interesting. I think if you are not accessing it, please use it. These are hands-on courses. You will get hands-on, and after you complete the course, you get a certificate from Jack. Jack Dangamon, who is the head of ESRI. Very interesting course. And if you go deeper, for example, I just click special analysis and data science, right? You'll get, and I clicked again machine learning, AI. You see, you get all these courses starting from basic. So lots of courses are available. There are around 50 courses available in data science. So go for it. Learn all this. These are all available to you. Great. So this is what I thought to have for you today. And I'm not sure how much time we have. I think I covered very fast, right? 40 minutes. Do we want?
Yes.
Do we want to take few questions, or what's the plan, Dr. Sandeep?
Participants, you can ask questions or post in the chat box.
Yeah. People can post in chat box also, and whatever way you have, done.
Yeah,
Or
thank you. Thank you, Vijay Kumar ji, for that, your extensive information about that, how geospatial technology people are now using it and where it is going actually. Basically, that no the Gen AI, how much
Yeah.
strong role that Gen AI is going to be play a role with that couple with that no the geospatial technology, and then subsequently this living atlas. That's a very impressive actually to learn it and to utilize it in fact. I also suggest to that no the students who can see this now the ESRI Academy, where a lot of courses are available. In fact, that no you have cover whole spectrum of geospatial technology what that ESRI is doing. And thank you for that no your wonderful presentation. And I think Dr. Sandeepan Das will take it further.
Thank you, Dr. Singh.
Participants, if you have any questions, please post in the chat box or you can unmute yourself and ask the question. So we have a question. So which model is best used for the wheat yield prediction?
I can also view the question, or no? It's
Yes,
not
sir,
very.
you can view the questions
Where? 1 second.
in the chat box at the bottom.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I can open the chat. Got it. Yeah. So no, I cannot see the question. 1 second.
It is there. It's a writing that no the which ML model can be used for yield prediction. So
Okay.
might be the person is working on yield of
Yeah,
agriculture yield or some. So
yeah.
he want to understand about that yield prediction.
Yeah, I think my suggestion would be that, as I mentioned, that if you type DLPK, going to Living Atlas, you will find around 110 models for different purposes. So look at that site, and you'll get. So in what we have done there, on every model, we have given the details also, that which typically libraries, which deep learning model is being used, from the fundamental, and how we have done that, how we integrate it. So entire detail will be there for you, and for different kind of use cases, definitely different models are available. So my suggestion would be to go through that in detail. That will help you. And in case you have questions, I think you can always actually, refer us. There are links available there.
So
we have
yes,
one more
Nipan,
question.
you can go with that. Questions are there.
Yes.
Questions are there, yeah.
So how to apply internship in the ESRI?
Sorry, what was the question?
How to apply for the internship in the ESRI?
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's not difficult. I think. See, typically, this we need to really solve this problem. See, what happened that every company, if you see in GIS space, they take interns. Similarly, we also take interns, but every company has limited number of interns intake. So this is typically every year we take around I think 20-25 intern we take from different background depending on what kind of position. So because our intention typically has been that when we take interns, we groom them for 6 months. So we typically groom them for a role. you know I think from Symbiosis also we had a couple of interns earlier, right, Dr. Singh, Dr.
Yes.
Sandeep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were there actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have interns. So probably talk to your department. There is a process there already defined, and you can apply, right? Interesting aspect is that you need to decide first that what kind of role you want to grow in next couple of years. That makes actually entire success path, because getting in for internship is only one aspect, but I think internship also should be in the defined career path. You want to grow your career in AI, for example, you want to become an AI expert, so take the internship in that direction. That is important actually.
So next question is which model can be used for the wildlife prediction like movement?
Okay, no, I may not be able to answer this question probably now, but I think and maybe I'm not sure whether we have these models on ArcGIS, published in openly. Although many of our customers might have used it, For example, wildlife institutes and a couple of departments, they are working around it on our technology. But I don't feel we have published this model from our side. So, but there are models which can be used. I cannot answer this question as of now.
Sir, next question is there any model for the crash studies like glacier velocity estimation?
Okay, I don't remember, but there are some models which are not tested in India, but there's some global models, I think worked in Europe. So you'll find that. So what you do when you go to Living Atlas, you can type this topic also. We have made that site, quite intelligent and open. You said, glacier, right? Glacier mapping.
Yes, sir. Glacier mapping.
Yeah. I mean, we have around 110 models around different dominant different topics. So kindly search that. But not only that, limited to that 110. Those we have published only for our, users, and we are adding it day and every day. So there are many deep learning models. If you want to get into core domain of AI, where those models can be used, and you can bring those models also into ArcGIS. All this can be done, right? So sometime what happened that if this model is not available readily freely on ArcGIS, you practice that, integrate that, and then you bring that to GIS. That is possible. So that approach is also quite open. There are many models like this. In urban, I can see one question. I think on urban. Urban also there are many models. We have worked on a couple of examples also in the country. So you'll find on Living Atlas many of this model in urban also. Yeah. So most of the students are from Symbiosis, or there are people from outside also, Dr.
So
Sandeep?
outside also.
Oh, okay, all right. So I'm
So
not sure.
there are no, it is open for
Okay.
many of that. No, the other students they also join
Okay.
this,
Okay, wonderful.
and that's why that no, the some questions came from that. No, they are not a student from Symbiosis.
Oh,
How they can
okay.
join ESRI? So such kind of the questions is also because
Okay, okay.
yeah, Sandeepan, you can go ahead with that questions and take that no the some of that no because many questions about how to use the model actually,
Yeah,
and I think Vijay Kumar ji already mentioned a link about the model.
yeah.
If students interested for a model, they can go on that link and see what are the models are available freely available on ESRI website.
Absolutely. I see one question around website for free courses. So if you type training.esri.com, training.esri.com, you will get to the training, Esri Academy, and you can explore that. There are a couple of hundred courses available there. Yeah. Okay, there are various institutes. I can see from Terry says also there are people. Okay, so it was open to everyone. Very nice. This is wonderful. There are many colleges. This is a great initiative, and thank you indeed, Dr. Singh and Dr. Sandeepan. Good initiative. I mean, any student can attend. MRSEC Pune, okay, wonderful. NIT Bhopal and many people. So yeah, wonderful. Yes, Dr. Sandeepan.
Yes, sir. So as we come to the end of today's enriching session, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, on the behalf of Symbiosis Institute of Geoinformatics and Symbiosis International University, I extend my sincere gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Vijay Kumar sir, for delivering such a thought-provoking sessions on various lessons on deep learning application in GIS, ESR Living Atlas, video analytics, deep learning career opportunities in GIS. So your talk has been truly enriching to our participants to gain the clarity and inspiration about the GeoAI and the future prospect. The practical insights you shared will certainly benefit our students, researchers, and faculty members. I would like to express our sincere thanks to our Director, Sir, Dr. T.P. Singh, and Deputy Director, Dr. Vidya Patkar, Madam, and the organizing team of the SIG for their dedicated efforts in planning and smoothly conducting today's webinars. I thank all the participants for their active participation and their patience. all participants are requested to fill up the feedback form to get the certificate. The feedback form link will be pasted on the chat box. The certificate will be issued in the next 15 working days. With this, the session ends now and the participants can now leave for the meeting.
Thank you,
sir.
all of you. Thank you, Vijay Kumarji, for
Thank
that,
you. Thank you. Thank you
your time for this session.
so much.
And
Thank
thank
you
you
so
all
much.
of you.
Thank you so much.
sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Sandeepan. Thank you, Dr. Vidya.
Thank
It
you,
was,
sir.
it was really a pleasure. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.